What's good, guys? Let me know if you guys can hear the sound, the music in the background. You shouldn't be able to hear that. You should not be able to hear that. I need to turn it. Yeah, shouldn't be able to hear that. But again, today we are looking for lower prices. Hopefully this isn't messing up today. And you guys are saying something and I can't see it. Let's go look at yesterday. I thought yesterday was pretty cool. I just want to go back over that. So remember I said yesterday if I was really interested in taking a trade and I wanted to see something happen, we should wait till after 12 o'clock to take a trade. And I said I would be looking for the downside. Here's 12 o'clock. Here's a breaker. Oh my goodness, this thing's doing it again. Hopefully it doesn't do that the whole time. So we want to see after 12 o'clock us take a short and look for lower prices. Here's a high, low, higher high. This is a breaker. This is after 12 o'clock. Here's sell side liquidity. And we target that after 12. So that's pretty nice. I don't know what you guys would think, but I think that's pretty cool. The time element would stop us from trying to sell in all of this. Wait till 12. It's not a big move, but it's still something you can frame in there. But yeah, so if you guys are chatting, can you please let me know? Because I've had it before where um, you guys were chatting and I had no idea. I couldn't tell. So hopefully we don't have that today. But for today, we're going to be looking for lower prices. I want to see us trade up into here first. Ideally, probably over. Hold up, I'm listening to music right now, and I think that may be overpowering everything. Might be too much for the computer, which is fine. But yeah, so I'm looking at this gap here, see if we can trade up into it and what response that we get there. I will be taking it on my accounts if it is something that lines up with what I'm looking for at the right time. Okay, so we did have some SMT there between the lows here with ES. Let me show you. Notice how ES, well, I guess it didn't go below that low. I don't know why it looks like it on the other one. But look at ES. Oh, there it is, yeah. ES went below the low there. See that? Now looking at this gap specifically, I do see this stuff up here. That looks very clean. But I want to see. Okay, everything's all good. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So on this time frame, the higher time frame here in the hourly, I think it's a 15-minute. There's this gap here. I wanted to see us trade up into that. We didn't get that. I would have liked to see us kind of hold here. And then after at market open, trade up into that and trade down, see if we could get that. But I don't know if we'll be able to get that today. But I am looking for lower prices. Now, if we do trade up into this above these highs, these clean highs, we'll be trading up into yesterday's range. So it could be a potential for that. But I like the 15-minute gap that you see here. About 5 minutes left. Make sure this is all good. About 5 minutes left. But this gap here, 15-minute chart, that's what I like and that's what I'm looking for. Now we do have news at 9:45 today. So we will be watching and probably waiting until then. That's going to be what I'm wanting to see what we're doing at then. Again, I'm still looking for lower prices. I'm not looking for higher prices, just higher time frame. Now again, if we keep trading up higher and higher and higher and higher, that's going to mean that I'll have to wait till 12, and I probably won't stream that either. I'll go do something, go work out actually, and then come back. I won't stream that, but that's kind of like what I'm anticipating for today. But that gap right there, I like that and want to see that be used. We do have news in about 20 minutes or so. I want to see if we can make a way or start to trade down to there. That's what I would be looking for. That is it. We did have a little bit of SMT there, as you can see. Maybe, I think. No, we didn't. Okay, I thought we did. On a different time frame, it looked like it was there. But no SMT there. We do have SMT in terms of this gap, though. So ES was able to trade up into this gap, and NQ did not trade up into that gap. So a little bit of something there. But we'll see what we get. This would be the London low. So there's liquidity there. So I'd want to see us come up first before taking that out, personally. And if we were to take out the London low, we have 24,181.75 and 24,156.50. Those are the levels that I'd be looking for to the downside. And then we have yesterday's London session low, which is 23,754.50 would be the target that I'm looking for the downside if we can get animated and trade towards that. But ideally, I want to see us trade up a little bit higher first. I think it's really, really weak, and why I couldn't even trade up into this, let alone up there. So in this area, it's really, I really think that's a good shorting opportunity for us to take out this, and then ultimately see if we can complete this whole range. Can kind of close this in. That's what it's looking like. I feel like this is the high of the day. We've done that. There's a mitigation block over here as well. So it looks good to me right now. I could, if it wants to, take one. If it does that, it goes up into that. Just in case it comes up in here and screams away, it doesn't give an opportunity. I'm okay with doing that. And then we'll just leave that on. If we take a loss, that's fine. We'll wait till, what is it, 9:45, but that's what I'd want to see. Now, if it goes down here first, before coming up here, then there's really nothing for me, in my opinion. So I want to do a sell limit there, and do a buy stop. Yeah, just so I can place everything in there. And so, I would put it up above here, so I wouldn't be risking that much, honestly. And then we'll see if we can get it to go a little bit lower than that. But that would be my anticipation for that. So we'll see. Kind of don't really want to even see it go above here. So we'll see now. Looking at weakness, I want to see it do it at 9:30. Come up into here. So I have about like 20 seconds left. And that's what I'd want to see us do, and screen lower. And see it done with speed. Okay. So the market's not open now. That's what I'd want to see there. If we trade up into that, we may not even be able to get up into that. And like I said, if we trade up into that, trade down first, and then try to trade back up, I'm not interested in that. I want to see that specific gap get hit, which may not be able to do it, but that's what I want to see personally. See if we can get that. So we'll go back to this 5-minute chart here. So we did hit the midnight opening price. So if we hit that London low first, I'm less interested in this specific trade, but doesn't mean that it can't happen. So I want to see it trade up into that gap first, like a little nice little OTE, and then we'll just go from there. So we'll see if we can push up into that. And if it goes a little bit higher, then obviously we take a loss, and we'll see. We'll wait till 9:45, but this is more, I like this. I think this is valuable, a decent trade opportunity, but it could want to run up and attack all this up there, which is fine. This is a very, very low risk, low entry trade, so I'm not upset about it. So we'll see what happens here. We're back above the midnight opening price. We have London low with clear sell side. Obviously, I would like to have way more than just one contract on, but since it's a little bit earlier, that's kind of what I wanted to go with. So we'll see what we get here. So now in terms of like best case scenario, it's down here, but I don't think I'd even hold for it, but yeah, down there would be best case scenario, but we'll see what we end up getting here. I mean, could take it to London low. Could honestly realistically take it there. London low, but I think it's gonna run today. But we'll see what we end up getting here. The first target would be, if it's able to get there, the first target would be there. So that'd be a little scalp, wouldn't necessarily be a lot, but I think it's decent. It's a decent trade idea. So all we do is wait here and see if we can get that turnover. I like points where it was. It's good. I'm okay with having one contract on, I'll put it like that. Because for me now, it's like, okay, let's say I am wrong, it goes up a little bit higher and wants to clean out this. Well, then I'm not really risking that much, so I'm okay with that. And if it goes lower and takes out this, we'll see what we're getting right here. And if it's looks nice, then we'll hold it a little bit more. If not, then we can always take it off. That's the good thing about trading. I can always take it off right there. Good morning, Dre Banks, SMC. What's good, bro? What's good? So I want to see if we can take out the London low. I'm thinking that we're overall, I'll say bearish, higher time frame. So that's why I'm looking for that. You know, this up here could potentially, may want to come up here and clean this up. I wouldn't want to see that, obviously. But that's why I'm in with a little bit lighter leverage. If it had already done this and then created this at market open, I would have already had 3 or 4 contracts on right now and taken probably most of it off there and then look for it down there. So we'll see what we end up getting. If we can hit down here, that'd be nice before the news. I'm thinking that we're going to want to try to clean this out. But usually when I have one contract, it's not my favorite because I can't take partials. I like taking partials. I like paying myself. I'd rather pay myself than like jam my stop loss. That's kind of like how I look at it. But we'll see if we can get below this London low. See if it's able to do that today. And then how much expansion we have below the low. That lets me know. If I'm just gonna cut it off short or, whatever is going to happen. But hopefully we can get that. I like how it didn't completely close in this gap on the 5-minute chart. Also didn't do that on the 15-minute chart. We had a wick in a mitigation block. So it's just a lot of things overlapping. That's what I was looking for. To see if we can do that. And we can expand below this low pretty nicely. So if we can get to 24,156.50, and depending on what it looks like, let me just put those two levels here because I got another screen that has that. Like, this is 5650. Let's see. 5650. So there is the second level below the London low. So we'll see what we can get there. See if we can get a nice push below that. The news is about like 7 minutes or so, 8 minutes. So I like that reaction there. Would honestly love obviously more higher precision, but that's about all we got for today. So I want to just see it continue to expand below that, and that's fine. I started to realize like there was a lot of times. Okay, cool. So make sure. I started to realize that a lot of times, like sometimes I wouldn't say stressing over, but like I want a certain amount of like we'll say money goal. Like I'm waiting for a money goal instead of just, paying yourself. Because realistically, like if you make $200 a day, like you're fine, honestly. If you can find $200 every single day and you do that on one account and then you have multiple accounts like what I'm doing, that's perfect. You don't have to do that much. I think sometimes especially as traders, or just even myself, I put so much pressure on myself to do so much that makes it harder. Makes it way harder than it either needs to be or has to be or anything like that. So I'm trying to like go back to just doing, honestly, if I'm being honest, probably even just doing it there is perfect if it can do that. I don't see anything wrong with that trade right there. Especially because I only have one contract on. So for me, I'd feel more comfortable with that than, trying to, like, I'd have no runner. That'd be my only thing on. Now, if I had let's say I had 2 contracts on, well then that's fine, right? Because I would take one off there and then let the rest run all the way down there. That makes sense. So, but we'll see if we can get that. Get that right there. Because I thought about it, right? I went to the grocery store and I bought groceries. It probably lasted me like a week or so. It was $50 or 50 euros. And I'm like, if you make $200, you're chilling. So that's why, like, that's the mindset switch I think I've had in the last, we'll say 2 weeks or so. That's what it's been for me. So hopefully we can trade. This is just 2 standard deviations below. I'm looking for 2, not just 1. So if we hit this, we also have news in 5 minutes. So I'd like to see us expand. I think that we're going to try to expand a little bit lower and try to clean up all that below. But I think this is a fine trade for me to be in, and with logical entry, logical exit, and what I'm looking for. I don't think anything's wrong with it. That's kind of like how I'm seeing it. And if it goes deeper and farther, that's perfect, right? That's what we want to see. So now that I hit this, and since I only have 1, I'm going to move it there. My buy stop there, and see if we can get the expansion below. That looks for 2 standard deviations below. That's just what my trading model is. I also want to get back to doing that because I had stopped doing that. So if we can do that, then we'll be good for today, and I'll go work out. So hopefully we can get that. nice. Let me put the executions on. Execution marks. So see if we can get that little run below that. Before the news would be preferably better, in my opinion. So I'd like that. There we go. So that's the trade for today. That's it. That was a nice 21 minutes. So gonna take the screenshot there. That's pretty much it. I'm happy about that. I mean, do I think it can go all the way down right here where I have it? Yes. But because I have one contract on, that's just what I'm gonna go with. So appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. I'll be back on tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow pretty much the same time. Hopefully this is quick. This is probably the quickest one I've had in the last 3 months. But this just followed my rules. I have to get back to doing that. I feel like I started doing a lot more things that I didn't need to do. And so this is the rules that I have. 2 standard deviations below a higher low. And that's it. So we got there, entered here inside this gap. Turtle soup with this OTE. Target 2 standard deviations and be out. Now, if I was holding for down there, I'd be pretty upset right now. But because I only had 1. If I had like 6 on or 4 on, I'd probably taken 2 there and let 2 run down there. Still wouldn't be upset, right? It's just, however the trade ends up panning out, I have to play it how I would do it instead of having 1 here and trying to hold all the way for down there. I don't feel like that makes any sense, right? It's just, it don't make sense. So, or for me, it doesn't. But I appreciate you guys for being on. I'll be on tomorrow around the same time. I'm about to go work out. And yeah, catch you guys in there. Peace out.